I mean, that's how it was trending. Felt good about it going that way. I think it was good to see him in the building. His teammates were excited to see him. So, Nick's very important to what we do and who we are.
How did Baker look out there today?
Yeah, look good.
There seems to be just some lingering doubt about him starting. Just say that
He'll start.
How about Donovan? Is he able to do some stuff for him?
He was limited today. I think we'll have him as questionable.
The Lions might have to go to Tim Boyle. How far back? Do you go just to preseason, or do you go all the way back to college when there's a guy like this that has played?
Yeah, I think our scouts do a great job of preparing the staff, on who we may see, and whether it's Boyle, Blau. Boyle was a guy that I remember we evaluated coming out of college, potentially as a free agent. He was in Green Bay for a couple of years, so I feel like we know these guys, and we'll based on who's out there, we'll adjust accordingly.
Kim, you said they kind of dramatically changed coming off the bye.
Yeah.
Other than handing the ball to Swift 100 times, what else did they do?
Well, I think certainly the run pass overall selection, they leaned on the run game. The conditions weren't great there in Pittsburgh last week. They're not going to be great here this week either. So I do think it's going to be a lot of the run game. And I think there was multiple tight end usage. They brought in an offensive lineman to play tight end a bunch of times. So I think that's where they pivoted to, and they had some success doing it.
What do you do at nickel without Troy?
I think we'll work through that. There's a couple of options, but we'll work through it.
Is one of them Greg inside and Grady outside?
Yeah, that's one of the options. Yeah.
And did you brought up the weather a couple of times on Sunday. Did you learn anything from those 2 or 3 weather games you had in the middle of last season?
Yeah, I think we did, Scott. I think we understand that ball security is a premium. So all the guys that touch it, center quarterback exchange, the exchange between the quarterback and the running backs, catching the ball in adverse conditions are all things that you have to prepare for, and you got to work at those during this week.
Same thing with Felton. Is he going to be okay to play?
He's going to be okay to play. He's also going to catch punts out there, as you can see, until it gets dark.
I know you said Nick had some fresh legs and everything, but I guess how did he keep up his conditioning during these these past days?
Yeah, well, you have to be smart there. You really have to follow the protocols, and you can't. There's a certain amount of time that you can't do anything, and then there's a ramping up period where he can start to get going. But physically, he looks good.
Kevin, Joe Antonio mentioned, I think it was yesterday, that you've gone to a thing where if somebody commits a penalty, you restart the whole part of practice.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you feel the need to do that?
Well, we haven't been very good. That was the need. It was just, I think some of those, Scott, are so preventable. The pre-snap penalties certainly are so preventable, and I just felt like the guys needed to understand that when we get in a moment like that, you're hurting the team, and it affects the team when you're not locked in on a snap count, not locked in on the ball when you're on defense, for instance. So just felt like that was something we should do.
You seen it have an impact in practice at least?
Yeah, I have.
And does it make practice go longer if you have to restart?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like you made some progress on 3rd down in practice on offense and defense this week?
I do, but it's going to be important how we do on Sunday. I think the guys understand that there's a few things we're trying to get accomplished, and we went about it a couple different ways this week. But ultimately, we got to, as a team, as coaches, as players, we got to come through on Sunday.
AVP mentioned yesterday that Baker's mobility was, a little affected. Was he better today?
Yeah, I thought he was. I thought he was good.